Hello everybody, welcome back to youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. My name is Sean, and every year for the past 3 years I have done an MLB The Show 20 blank season. I keep wanting to throw the year in there and then I throw myself off. But every year for the last 3 years I've done a full season in franchise mode with the Seattle Mariners, and I'm doing it again this year. We're going to react to the cover reveal thing. You'll notice that it says live in 12 hours. It is currently 9:34 p.m. on Monday night. This goes live on Tuesday morning. This video that we're looking at that's down there, it's going to go live Tuesday morning. This video will be in the normal MLB The Show slot, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Now, when I was doing the 6 years in running video that I posted about looking back at 2023 and looking forward to 2024, reaction content was going to be something that I cut way back on because I lost interest in it. It's kind of fun, but also there's a weird pressure to be like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then you watch a bunch of stuff that's like, this isn't interesting or impressive at all. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to not only react to this, but I wanted to give you an update on what is going to be going on with MLB The Show 24 this year. Fingers crossed it releases right around opening day. We've been lucky the last couple of years that it's been close. I think one of them was like a day off, or maybe it's because I was on a trip. I think last year's was like day and date the entire season, but 2021 was a little brutal because it didn't release until mid-April, and so I ended up doing a bunch of spring training stuff, and then it started super late, and we were just constantly behind. I can give it probably a week window where maybe we do some double headers or something, some off days, and try to catch up that way. I'm hoping that the game releases March 26th with that 4-day early access for March 22nd, which means that the game technically releases at 9 p.m. the previous night, which would be March 25th. That's a Monday. And then March 21st, which is a Thursday. And then you would get a first look gameplay on March 22nd for a game or two. And then on March 23rd, we would be starting spring training, running 5 games of that to dial in the difficulty and to get familiarity with a Mariners roster that's going to be very interesting. I'm excited Haniger's back, but I have a lot of question marks for who's going to be doing some of the batting. So we'll see how that goes. It helps us dial in and figure out the team, which is always nice. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm not 100% sure on that. They've been on a pretty good cadence with it. I think it's good to get it out right around opening day. But I have read a couple of reports that they don't always have the players accurately in there, which is super weird. So who knows? As for the content that's going to go up here on the channel, 6 p.m. Pacific time, that is going to be the time that they go up. You all who watched last year were incredibly supportive. That series was the series that blew me away the most with how consistent the viewership was. I've done 2 seasons previous where it kind of fluctuates, and every once in a while they're pretty good. Those averaged, I think, 50 views a video. If I had to guess, some of them were higher, some of them were lower. It's always going to fluctuate. It is always the weird thing that I talk about in the blank years in running, where I'm talking about previous year and coming up, where it's like, man, I love how well it's doing. I'd love to see it do better. You want people to know that you appreciate that they're viewing or they're watching. But you're also like, man, it'd be cool if this was the one that kind of put me on the map and pushed me in a direction to start making, money off of it, or whatever the case may be. But MLB The Show 23, you folks turned out for it, and I could not be more thankful for it. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. It was consistent and steady in its views with some spikes here and there, maybe a little dip here and there. The watch time, same scenario. So thank you so much. I could use your input, though. I like doing spring training a little longer than just the 5 games that I do in the current game. And I'm going to give you a couple of options here. Option number 1 is we do, let me back up here. I like doing it a little bit longer. It gets me into a little bit better of a flow and a rhythm from a content creation perspective, if I can kind of build myself up to getting into the regular season, if that makes sense. But I also just enjoy playing video games and like kind of historical video games. So I'm going to give you a couple options here. Option number one is going to be similar to what I did with MLB The Show 22, where I played every MLB The Show leading into the new MLB The Show. So you would get videos. I think if I did the math correctly, you would start around March 7th, I think, something like that. And you would get between MLB The Show 06 and then MLB The Show 23 would post the 22nd or the whatever day that the first look gameplay would go up for 24. And then the next day would be 24 spring training and work with that. You'll get gameplay from the tech test that I'm sure that I'll get an invite to, because they're like, oh, he played 300 hours of this game. Yeah, we should probably make sure that he gets an invite. So there will be some MLB The Show 24 content, which again, really turned out for. Even the reveal trailer or the cover athlete reveal that I did very well as well. So that's option number one. Every single MLB The Show game played, one game per, probably using the Mariners, and then playing the cover team, and then maybe going for some trophies or whatever throughout that. Option number two is to expand option one and play every Sony produced MLB game dating all the way back to 1996's MLB pennant race through MLB 2006. And there's a very weird thing with that, with the game, where the year was kind of like Madden, where you buy Madden 24, but it's in 2023. Like MLB 2006 was for the 2005 season, which doesn't make any sense at all, because MLB is the one sport that's done in a calendar year. So it's weird. I would have to go out and pick up some of those games, but I don't think they'd be too hard to find, or I don't think they'd be too expensive to pick up. So I was kind of tinkering with that idea. That would push the start back to February, because there are an extra like 10 games. I think it's February 20th, something like that. I probably have the other date wrong, but whatever. You get the point. Maybe 22 and there's 23 games. So I think it'd be like the February 29th and then February 18th or something like that. Whatever it is. So those are your first two options, is kind of like MLB The Show 22 ramp up with Sony produced games. Option number three is to take a bunch of the tech test footage and just put those up. This is the option that I'm least interested in, just because I don't love Diamond Dynasty, but if there's an offline mode, maybe we could get something out of it that's like in the current game, and then kind of hopefully gets me into the algorithm with MLB The Show 24, something like that, and kind of get things rolling that way. I'm sure that I could get enough content to cover it. I would need approximately 22 videos. If that were to start, if the game releases where I want it to, I could probably do that in a weekend. It would be a little bit tight, but I could probably do that if people are kind of more interested in that. I probably wouldn't do the online thing, but maybe it'd be kind of fun to do that and just see how bad I am at the game, because I'm not very good at the game. But who knows? I don't know. It could be interesting. We'll take a look at it. There will be tech test content regardless, so if you're curious about that, keep an eye on the channel. The fourth option is to just play MLB The Show 23, figure out the rosters and see if I can get them as close to accurate as possible, and then just play the games, like the spring training games in the game, or maybe just kind of go around, pick a random team, something like that, in exhibition mode, and then play in like the spring training stadiums, just to kind of take a look at it, get a feel for it, get back into the flow of the newer version of MLB The Show. I played 17 a little bit. Boy, do I miss pinpoint pitching. Please let it be good at the start, because it was off a little bit at the beginning of the year last year. So those are your four options. If you'd like to leave a comment below, let me know which one of those sounds interesting to you. I'm leaning towards one or two. Personally, every MLB The Show or every Sony produced MLB game, those are the ones that I liked, but I was thinking about it and I was like, I could just kind of tinker around with 23 and do that. So if you're interested in that and letting me know, please let me know down in the comment section below. All videos will post at 6 p.m. Pacific time once it starts, and we'll run through the whole season again. Which brings me to the next point. I'm gonna cut the playoffs down, because that was the one part that didn't do super well, is when I wasn't like in the videos, and I think that's like a little bit tricky for. It's a little weird where it's just like, oh, it's just like a computer playing. Like, won't do any of the watch along stuff, or posting the CPU versus CPU games. I don't think that they're not worth the time and the effort, which is very minimal, to like get all that stuff done and organized, because it means I'm constantly in here, in and out, recording stuff and making sure that the console doesn't go to sleep and yada, yada, yada. So that part we're going to nix. It'll just be the Mariners stuff. And depending on the features that are available in this game, I might just go like day after day after day, instead of trying to line it up with what is on the calendar, if that makes sense, so that I can just kind of get through it. Because once we get to the playoffs, it does become like, okay, I've been doing this for a very long time. So that's the other one of the other pieces. The third and final piece of this is, I am hoping, fingers crossed, I am hoping that I can get a new computer that will allow me to stream to twitch.tv/ShaunosaurusRex and record videos for YouTube uploads the following day by the end of February. That is my goal. That is my hope. That is what I am putting on my vision board, so that I can attain that goal and get that figured out. So, with that being said, games will be streamed at 6 p.m. Pacific time the day before they go live on YouTube. So the season starts on the 28th. That video would be recorded on the 27th of March. And then they'd go up the next day. However you choose to watch is fine. I don't have the schedule super finalized yet, but the idea is that there's at least one day where I don't record anything, so there might be some double headers. We might get ahead of the season if, for example, there's like a 2 day off week or a 1 day off week. We might be a little out of whack with the YouTube uploads. The YouTube uploads will always go up with the game, like as it goes. But if we're doing well and in a good flow with the YouTube or with the Twitch content, the Twitch might be a little out of date, a little ahead of schedule. So just a heads up on that. But if you'd like to watch on twitch.tv/ShaunosaurusRex, go over there. The link is in the description, and you can follow the channel, turn notifications on. I'm hoping streams are starting here in the next month or so, to get that stuff rolling, with the big event being March Mascot Madness, which complicates things because those videos are real flippin' long. So we'll see how that goes. With all that being said, thank you for listening. I know it's a little bit dry. I tried to condense it as much as possible. This is like the third time I've tried to record that, and I think it came out pretty nicely, so we're going to stick with it. You'll notice, if I haven't pointed it out, if I have already, I apologize, because again, third time recording, hard to keep track of what I have and haven't said. This is live. This is live in 12 hours. I am doing this so if I accidentally get spoiled, you have my actual, real, true predictions on who I think is going to be the cover athlete. I think it's pretty obvious here who it's going to be color scheme wise. I think that's kind of where they're going with it, and I'll talk about that in a moment. I was starting to think about this because I've kind of created my own problem where once January hits, I go like, where's that new show info? When we getting that stuff, huh? When we're going to talk about that? And I was kind of starting to think about it. I would obviously love to see Julio Rodriguez on the cover. I was very hopeful for that last year. Didn't come to fruition, which is unfortunate. I don't think he had the explosive second season people were looking for. And when I was thinking about that, I was like, oh, man, who had a really explosive, exciting season? I couldn't really come up with anybody off the top of my head that hadn't already been on the cover. Aaron Judge, he's already been on the cover. Shohei Ohtani, he was on the cover of 22. I struggled to come up with some names, but I was stuck on Adley Rutschman or Gunnar Henderson. I believe they both play for Baltimore. That was the team I was kind of latched onto. I was like, it's a Baltimore Oriole. And that was my prediction. That was my thought was Adley Rutschman or Henderson. I think he played. Oh boy, Gunnar Henderson. Who were the participants of the home run derby? The Baltimore Oriole that was a participant in the home run derby last year. That was my pick. That was my prediction, my genuine actual prediction, because he had a really fun home run derby, switch hitter. Probably would have won his round if he had just batted from the right side, but still like a lot of fun to watch. And it seems like they're trying to embrace the fun and the brightness and the personality. The other aspect of it that I was kind of thinking about was there are new MLB Topps baseball cards coming out on the 14th of February. Happy Valentine's Day to your boy over here. And Ronald Acuna Jr. was on it. And I had seen a couple of people being like, oh, it's probably going to be Ronald Acuna Jr. And I was like, well, would that work if he's on the Topps and then on the cover of MLB The Show 24? Is that like a thing that can happen? I think it is. Because if you look at this, that is Atlanta Braves colors right there. I think it's going to be Acuna Jr. I think that's like the safe bet. I would like to see what they do with it. I don't have a problem with Acuna Jr. like at all. I don't care. I just want like a fun cover. What I would love to see is I would love to see them provide, and maybe they do, and I just don't know. I'd love to see them provide just a cover that you could buy. I would pay $10 for just a box, a PS5 box or cover slip. I don't even, just give me the cover slip in a mailer of like a Julio Rodriguez, or if you have like a cool mascot variant or whatever, like just maybe have a little more fun with it. They do Toronto specific athletes for Canada. Go like regional or just online where it's like you have 3 weeks to order this and once it's done, it's gone. I think that would be a cool way to do it, to represent teams that might not get a shot or might not have those explosive players or smaller markets that you're probably not going to put on the cover for everybody. Give kids or fans of those teams the opportunity to be like, man, I got this MLB The Show 25 or 24 cover with blah 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 from Oakland or whatever. I think that could be fun, but yeah, I go Adley Rutschman was going to be my prediction. My hope would be Julio Rodriguez. And then I think the safe guess with that is Ronald Acuna Jr. Because I think the colors were kind of the tip off, and they should have been the tip off last year as well. Because Miami does have kind of a see it and you understand Miami blue and pink. So there you go. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to cut this video, and by cut I mean pause. I'm going to pause this video, and you're going to see me in a different outfit. We're going to watch this and then react to it, and then I will outro the video, and it'll be uploaded, and you'll be ready to roll with it. I'm curious to see one more thing before I go really quickly so I don't forget about it, and I hopefully remember that I already said it. I hope that they do what they've been doing. I think it's been the last couple of years where they go in and they break down specific pieces of it. I might do a franchise video reaction and kind of see what's going on. I should probably just watch the franchise thing. I don't necessarily need to record it and upload it, but maybe do like a, hey, I'm a franchise guy and these are the 3 things that I noticed or liked about it or whatever. Because I think there's a real opportunity for like some off-season content. If maybe we go do like a random rosters and maybe try to build a team or something like that. But I don't need to play the whole game. I would just like to play shorter games with appropriate stamina levels, if that makes sense. So we'll see. I hope that they do break it down into individual sections, and I would take a look at the franchise one or franchise it like probably like general gameplay improvements or whatever, and then kind of go from there. But yeah, I'm gonna cut, and I'll see me tomorrow, and we'll see you tomorrow, and then you can watch it. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to click the notification bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos, and there will be like a pretty fair warning. If I can get the computer that can stream and record at the same time, I will likely do a video similar to this, talking about schedule, talking about, what I want to do with it and yada, yada, yada. I would also like to organize this, so I might put all that stuff together and kind of do like, hey, it's March 2024 and we are setting ourselves up to do blank, and then you'll have all the information you need. So thanks for watching to this point, and we'll see you for the cover reveal right now. Okay, here we are. We've done it. We've stayed media blackout all day long. I started the video last night at like 9:30 p.m. It is now 3:49 p.m. the following day. I am not spoiled. I don't know anything about this. 30 seconds. This is what we've been waiting for, folks. 30 seconds of video for the cover reveal. Ooh, who's the... They got the little thing. I hope I can get this this thumbnail. Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump it in here. New as of 4 hours ago, which seems weird. We'll watch this and we'll figure it out. Go. Sony Studios. Here we go. PlayStation.
When you look back at your road to the top, you can see it clearly. Celebrate the stops.
I love the bus. I'm a huge fan. I hope the bus is the cover star.
A desire to build your
Oh,
legacy.
Vlad, okay.
Or an obsession to be the best.
All right.
Every person, every place stays with you and unlocks another level.
Oh.
Own the show.
3/19/24. We got a friggin' date. Oh, let's go. Vlad Guerrero Jr. Okay. Is he... Who was the Toronto Blue Jay? Hold on, I actually have it behind me. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is a terrific pick. Who was on? Puig? Josh Donaldson. Okay. That's who it was. Okay, Donaldson was the guy that threw me for a loop because he was on the show 16. Okay, for some reason I thought it was Vlad. That's a great pick. That is a terrific pick. If it wasn't going to be Julio, it's a great pick. I do love if we can if we watch that again and turn that down. Yeah, I do. Hold on. Uh-oh. Love the color palette. The shush. That's awesome. Vladdy Jr. So this is really surprising because you can pre-order it now. Usually what they do is they give you like a date where it's basically, hey, we're going to give you more information next week or something like that. So to get a date and a pre-order right friggin' now is fantastic. Now, here's the important piece to note for Xbox users. There is no Game Pass logo on this. We can look at the other ones from and see if it's there. The show 21, 22, and 23 have all been on Game Pass ever since it's been multi-platform. That might have been a 3-year deal that we didn't know about. Or maybe some people did, some people didn't. But that's important to know. That's important to know here. Let's flip over. And we will go to Sony San Diego. MLB The Show 24. End of year. Championship Series. I did actually watch some of that. Hold on. We're just looking for one thing. I never did play the story mode. The Negro Leagues. I never did play that. I should play that. I should do that before 24 comes out. Oh, face scan? Oh. Is that a real thing you could do? Whatever. I'm getting distracted here. Ooh, tech test. Let's go. Oh, did I watch the wrong one? No, I didn't. Okay, hold on. Well, I don't really care about this. Okay. All we need is the confirmation. So we got the show 23. Oh. Okay. Never mind. Glad that I went and looked at this. I'll flip back to the show 21 or this camera angle. The Game Pass logo not here either. So never mind. Never mind. Glad that I looked that up. Because it is a thing where you look at it and maybe you just go, hey, we want this game on all platforms, and we're going to strike a deal with Xbox on our own accord or whatever, and we'll run it for a couple years to try to get people into it, and then maybe year 3, year 4, we go, okay, now it's full price. So let's go back. And was that? I'm assuming that's the only picture, the only thing. Cool, big fan. That's a great pick. That is a great pick. It's a one that I wouldn't have thought about because I just didn't look at 2016. That literally is what it is. So let's take a look at the calendar. I can give you a little bit more information now. So it's the 19th, which is a Tuesday, which means it could come out as early as the 15th. But let's take a look at that. I'm going to mute this Elgato just in case. We'll take a look here at the store. I know this video is long. I know it's a little talky. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If not, that's cool. There's plenty of other content creators I'm sure you could watch. Maybe, you know what? Actually, no. Hate watch all my content. Hate watch all of it. Interesting. Okay, so we're here in the store. Blow this up a little bit. There are only 2 versions of it right now. Oh, they must be Live Out Your Baseball Dreams in the Show 24. Standard edition bonus content. Click on that one. March 18th, 9 p.m. Pacific time. That makes sense. 5K stubs, 5 show packs. Show Own It, celebrating. Okay. Storylines mode. It looks like it's back. That's good. Dive into baseball's past. Relive iconic moments. Celebrating history with storylines. That was what they, I think, introduced last year? Is that what that was called? We could actually literally look at it. It's your show. Ready to Own It. Celebrating history. Road to the Show franchise. New systems for providing more in-depth and dynamic gameplay from March to October. March to October, take control of your favorite team. Focus on the key, streamlined in-season moments, and see if you can make the playoff push. Diamond Dynasty, multiplayer. Okay. Celebrating history with storylines could be interesting. Learn about baseball legends throughout the sport's history. Storylines mode transports you into baseball's past to relive iconic moments of baseball's unsung and unknown heroes. Awesome. Experience career-defining moments through a combination of immersive gameplay that will educate and inspire you to make history of your own. Hell yeah. Okay. All right. We'll definitely take a look at that. So March 19th, that's when it comes out. That is exciting. I do wonder. I'm thankful that we got a release date. Did not anticipate that. Usually that's a week out. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is a terrific pick that I simply overlooked because I thought he'd already been on the cover already. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is a great pick. What? It's a terrific pose and everything. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Let's take a quick look at their Twitter account here. Trending now in entertainment. The Suicide Squad. Fantastic. All right, let's go. The show. MLB The Show. Yeah, I think a lot of people had that red and yellow color scheme being Atlanta really threw people for a loop. I believed it. I bought into it. Good, kind of good trick there. Okay. Unlock your greatness. Pre-order now. Continue the celebration. Oh, you can get a 99 overall Guerrero Jr. in MLB The Show 23 for no stubs. And Tops.com. I don't know what that means. Made a documentary. Cool. Take a ride with MLB The Show 24's cover athlete to see what he unlocked on his road trip to the top. Let's come on. Schedule. Okay, so there's a collector's edition reveal next week, 2/6/24, which I believe is a week from today. That is correct. There's a feature premiere on Twitch and YouTube on the 15th and the 22nd of February. Then there's a ratings reveal show and a feature premiere on March 7th, a dev tourney on the 13th, feature premiere on the 14th, and then a launch day on the 19th. So if the collector's edition offers 4 days early access, the 15th is when this game would come out, March 15th, which means 9 p.m. the 14th of March is when the game would launch for like West Coast, Best Coast time. So that is really interesting. I'm very curious about the franchise mode. I don't think they're really going to tinker with it. The feature that I would specifically want would be to be able to have shorter innings and or shorter games, like 3-inning games with converted stamina, like basically what Diamond Dynasty is, but in franchise mode instead of an online game mode that I'm not interested in, because that would be great to do random rosters off-season content. So we'll see what that is. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm sure there will be a tech test over the next couple of weeks. Curious to see what the collector's edition will be. I won't like react to that or anything. This was kind of a reaction / like season update. So for sure, March 19th is when stuff will be happening. I know that's a Tuesday. Usually that's when random rosters goes up, but I will push that back a week, or maybe just shift it to a Wednesday for a week or whatever, to throw the show in there. But if the collector's edition does have the 4-day early access, if the game is on Game Pass and it offers that $50 upgrade pack, that is most likely the route I will go. And we will have content starting really early, March 15th or 19th potentially. That's a lot of spring training games, so I don't know about that. This also makes things kind of interesting because I should have grabbed my notebook. There are, I believe, 28 Sony produced games of like MLB. So spring training would theoretically start on the 16th with that first look video going up on the 15th of March with that early access, or starting on the 20th for spring training, with the 19th being the first look video if there is no early access period, which I kind of doubt. I'm sure that that's a very popular sort of thing for people to buy, especially for me who wants to get in there early. So that pushes it back to mid-February, February 13th, if we're looking at every single MLB game, or February 21st-ish, if I'm just looking at every game of the show. So I talked a little bit about it earlier. Let me know 1 through 4 down there. I'll have to probably make a notation about what those descriptions were, and hopefully all this audio is good and everything, because I did literally like leave this video paused for like 19 hours. So that's exciting. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you're looking forward to baseball content on the channel, please like the video, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new things. You'll be updated when I get things rolling. And we will see you soon at MLB The Show, at least March 19th, but perhaps even earlier, as early as March 14th. We'll learn more with the Collector's Edition reveal next week. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe right over here. Watch, fill out a bracket. Do the bracket here, and then watch the last season up there. So there you go. Thanks again for watching. Oh, goodbye. Sorry, that was not a great way to end it, but goodbye.